This video is brought to you in part by no one. I have no sponsors. Anyway, let's get on with the video, shall we? Last episode, I covered submissions to the Don't Make Fire Emblem contest that didn't make Fire Emblem. Today, we're doing the exact opposite, with Project Anachron, made by Silver-Haired Freak. The game opens up with the titular planet Anachron. Apparently, some guy and his wife are about to expose a conspiracy that threatens the entire world. Huh. Now that sounds like a promising plot, but I can't help but wonder. Submissions to this contest are limited to 1 hour in length. How's he gonna fit a plot like that within the... Oh. Well, I guess that solves that. Yeah, the story is actually about this schmuck right here, Jan. He's a mercenary looking for a hit job, and apparently he gets those from his mom? Also, his mom's straight up Anna from Fire Emblem. Not only that, but I want you to compare the two portraits side by side. Jan's entire upper body fits within the same frame that can only hold Anna's head. Is Jan just like a tiny little man? Well, in any case, at least I know I can recommend this to, giantess MILF fetishists? Your mom tells you that some dude needs help murdering a cult, so you grab your friends, head up to some island in the middle of nowhere, and start your journey. The first thing I noticed when I saw this map is that it's huge. Now, if you're a longtime Marky Joe fan, I know what you're thinking. This map size should be cut by 3. But no. Here's the thing. All of your units have 8 mobility at the start of the map, and whenever you level up, you have a pretty decent chance of increasing it further. For me, it happened like 6 times. So despite the map size, it doesn't really take that long to traverse. Now with that said, that doesn't mean the map isn't full of pointless empty stretches. By the time I killed most of the enemies, I still had to walk north for like 5 turns straight just to reach the boss. So, I guess the map should be cut by 3. Let's get into the main meat of this bad boy, the reason you clicked on the video. In this game, there is no attack command. You can still counterattack, but on your turn, the only way to fight the enemies is by using combat arts, or as the game calls it, techs. Each character has 4 different arts, with some exceptions. On the unit stat screen, they're usually ordered from weakest to strongest. The weaker ones tend to cost 2 to 5 points of durability, while the stronger ones go as high as 19. While most of them just give basic stat boosts to attack, hit, and range, some have special effects, such as multi-strike and health drain. Now with combat arts costing so much, as well as being your only method of attack, you might think that Silver-Haired Freak would provide you weapons via shops or enemy drops. Nope. The only way to get more weapons is by visiting houses to recruit new characters, and each character has a weapon that only they can use. Oh, and did I mention that every weapon has 20 durability? For some characters, their weakest combat art costs 5. You can only use them 4 times! I shouldn't have to explain why this is... Huh? I wonder who that is. Marky Joe Incorporated, how can I help you? Wait, what? Really? Huh. Well, alright then. Thanks for letting me know. Take care, buddy. Okay, so apparently your weapons restore a point of durability each turn, so it's not as bad as I thought it was. At the very least, that explains why my archer ended up with 18 uses left on his bow. In theory, this concept is kinda cool. You have to weigh the pros and cons of having an enemy dead versus having your weapon uses spared, and that adds an extra layer of strategic depth to this game. Unfortunately, it could have been better executed. For most enemies, your weakest combat art chops off more than half their health, which means that most enemies will die in 2 rounds of combat. While your strongest combat arts deal significantly more damage than your weakest, they're not strong enough to kill the enemy in less than 2 rounds. So effectively, your strongest combat arts lead to nothing but a net loss. The only time I used one of the stronger combat arts was in this section here. I absolutely needed this enemy dead, or else one of my other guys would get attacked and killed. So, I used the Spear Guy's Omega Kill You art, and that managed to salvage the situation. There's other gameplay elements to Project Anachron, but they're mostly irrelevant, so for the sake of brevity, I'll be skipping over them to talk about the story. Oh boy. So the story is pretty cookie cutter as it gets. None of the characters get any sort of development, and Silver-Haired Freak's attempts at humor are not exactly subtle. Then we finish off their leader and save the town! So what was the pay like? You did remember to get it, right? It was the only reason we came there in the first place. The story also has a rather glaring plot hole. You see, while you're traversing the map, the evil cult leader summons a three-headed dragon and asks him to wreak all sorts of havoc. But he just kinda stays there, doing nothing. And when you kill the cult leader, that's it. You've won the game. The characters all head off the island, and then Jan gets pissed off that he forgot to get paid. What happened to the dragon? Did he just fuck off to Taco Bell or something? What a lazy sack of shit. Anyway, that's Project Anacron. Overall, I'd say that while the cake's got a neat set of ingredients, it needed a bit more time in the oven to truly make the flavor shine. The reality is that Silver-Haired Freak wanted to make two pies, his story apple pie and his gameplay pumpkin pie. And when you pop two pies into an oven meant for one, you should probably expect both of them to come out half-baked.